What was the key to bouncing back on 24 hours after your last game?
Oh, I love their team because you know they always play in tough places on the road early in the season. And they keep playing. You know they'll probably win the SWAC and go to the NCAA again. You know Mike does a great job with them. They were up 8 o'clock in the morning shooting around, serious. But we execute a lot better. We finished the half terribly. I think, you know, we had 35, I think, 30-15, and we finished a 10-2 run, and then we ended the game poorly, which kind of leaves you with a bad taste. But with those, you know, maybe 5 or 6 minutes, other than that, I thought we did some pretty good things.
Are those stretches at the end of both halves simply a result of the missing depth that you've got, or is it focus or effort, or what did you see causing that?
Not playing the right way. You know, I told little Nick, he had a great game in the last 3 minutes of the game. He stopped playing. His man had 7, 8 points, you know, 2 or 3 assists. We turned the ball over. You know, all we're doing is finishing it out, and that's, you know, good teams don't do that. But again, we did a lot of things that were better. You know, Ryan, aside from missing layups, you know, his energy was great. He didn't turn the ball over. Had 4 assists, 5 rebounds. I told Nick, you know, take away the last couple minutes of the half and the last 3 minutes of the game, and he has an unbelievable game. 7 steals, you know, and that's without gambling, which is something that I think is really important. He did a lot of great things, Keith, after struggling early. You know, played well, you know, and he put another good game back to back. And Ben, even though his stats don't reflect it, he played much better. He's been kind of missing in action, you know, for what we expect from him. But we got Thanksgiving off, and then all these non-league games we got coming up. Some interesting teams. Monmouth, you know, gave West Virginia a hell of a game at West Virginia, and West Virginia beat Connecticut. Cal Santa Barbara, you know, a lot of people picking them to win their league. Wyoming beat Colorado 50-something, 30-something. So we don't have any easy ones, and we just got to try to get better.
Keith had his 3rd straight good game. I mean, is that a good sign?
You think he played good?
I thought he did.
Okay. No, he's getting better and better. He was complaining about the ball the first half. Did you see him? He almost had a heart attack. He wanted an old ball. I guess he was right. You know, he must have been right. But he's getting better by the minute. And, you know, and Nick's finding him. People are finding him when he's open. Want to get him to put it down a little bit more. You know, he gets 3 free throws on a 3, but, you know, got an offensive rebound and a put back. You know, ran on the break. He wants to do the right thing. That's the best part of him.
You spoke last night about wanting to get better ball handling, and then you started Nick and Ryan tonight. What did you think of them working together as a combination?
Oh, you know, the second half, you know, we had 3 turnovers, 11 assists against Arkansas. You know, I looked at the film a couple of times today. You know, we turned the ball over 16 times the first half. None of them were in the backcourt. So Ryan did help us. Plus, he's our best on-ball defender. You know, he puts heat on people, keeps people in front, and that, you know, takes a lot of pressure off of Nick, because Nick has to do so much. I like that, but we can't be good unless Ben Malagu steps it up. And I see it in practice. He's really capable. I don't know what's going through his mind, you know, and I know what he's capable of doing. We just need him.
Last year you talked about Nick Russell as your best on-ball defender. Now you're identifying Ryan Manuel. Does he embrace that role the same way Nick did last year?
Ryan's always, you know, been as good on the ball as anybody. You know, he doesn't understand the whole picture defensively when his man doesn't have the ball, which Nick does. Nick did. Sean and Nick were our best team defenders, best individual defenders. So I think we're having to replace them. We're having to replace Marcus right now, you know, and Emmanuel, because we really didn't bring in another point guard. So a lot of people have to step up and assume different roles, and I think, you know, we're all confident in Ryan.
In the second half, Keith and Nick seemed to utilize their shooting abilities with an open perimeter. How important would you say establishing Herrera in the post in the first half was to that?
I told them Keith got 2 or 3 threes because Ben Moore ran. And Ben Moore drew the help, and then Nick found him. We didn't find Keith at all last year, so, you know, sometimes he'd get in a game and all the crowds wanting him to shoot the ball, and because we didn't find him, he might have taken some ill-advised shots. But now I don't think he shoots enough. You know, we're starting to recognize that, and I think, guys, you can put him on the floor because he's gotten better defensively, he's rebounded better. You know, look at him today. He has 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover. You know, that's progress. Every minute it gets better.
Anything else?
What did you think about the energy after that physical and emotional game last night?
You know, I was telling Herman, there's something missing with this group. You know, I can't put my finger on it. But, you know, I think in their minds they're trying. You know, when somebody, I don't know who asked me last night about, is the pressure getting us? Pressure to me is trying to do the right thing every time because how it affects your teammate. And I think we gotta focus on that, you know, our own responsibility, because I think that'll make it easier for everybody else. But I haven't seen anybody step up and take this team by the throat and demand. You know, a coach can't do that. You know, we got Ryan, Cannon, John Michael's the closest thing to our team leader, Justin, Yannick, you know, Kevin. We got 6 seniors. And the only senior I've ever heard from really that said anything with any substance is John Michael. And you know, you can't do it like that. Last year we had 2 of the greatest ones. So, but we got to find that, and they're all good kids. So hopefully we'll do that.
Thanks,
Hey, thanks, man.
I'll be
Good
right
Thanksgiving
back.
punch.
Happy
Have a good
holidays.
day.
We're back with